Hello Libra, here's your horoscope for December 13th to December 19th. There's a few things going on. Let's talk about the Chiron station first. Chiron has been moving retrograde in Aries for quite some time, but is going to make a station midweek and begin to move direct again. Chiron is what's called a centaur, asteroid, planetoid, dwarf planet, you name it. But it is a small planetary body that orbits between Saturn and Uranus, discovered only in 1977. But what's fascinating about Chiron, astrologers find, is like the mythological centaur it was named after, Chiron has an effect that we call the wounded healer. Sometimes it's also called the maverick of the zodiac. And in essence, that is what Chiron is all about. It does seem to push people into some new directions, often into areas that are a bit out of the ordinary for them, perhaps, or extraordinary. But the good news is Chiron also lends itself to learning new skills and developing unusual skills as well, something that Libra enjoys doing. In essence, with Saturn going into Aquarius, actually before Jupiter, you're going to find that issues become a bit serious, but a bit more under your control. This past year, none of us have had very much control over our own lives because of the pandemic and the resultant economic downturn and probably a few other things. But the good news is you begin to have a lot more control over your life and being able to create more of a positive future for yourself beginning this coming week. That's good news. As well, we have Venus moving out of your money house and moving into Sagittarius, puts it in a house where you're more inclined to chat with friends, try to have some social get-togethers, maybe not in person, but at least you're feeling more sociable this coming week. And likely to be spending less money. Now that Venus has moved out of that second house, maybe most of your Christmas shopping is done. Although knowing most Libras and their procrastinators leaving it to the last minute, that may not be the case. But regardless, at least with Venus moving into a more pleasant area, it should at least bring some more happy times. With Mars and Aries opposite your sign still, it is in the seventh house of open enemies, relationships, problems. So there could be that there might be somebody that does not have your best interests at heart. It could be that maybe you're just clashing with your partner in life or business partner. But people in relationship with you right now may be creating some issues or some challenges that you will have to meet. With Pluto going to be the only, well, the sun is moving into Capricorn on December 21st, but until then, Pluto will be the only one in Capricorn once Jupiter and Saturn move into Aquarius. But for your sign, that still does create some serious issues, perhaps having you to take a good look at some serious matters, possibly investments, money, your future, and things like that. I wouldn't be too frightened, though, because with the Jupiter, Saturn, and Aquarius and how that's going to positively affect your chart in the coming year, it's very likely that any losses that you endured this year, you may be able to make more positive in the coming year or recoup some of those losses. If you did lose your job, it's very likely that a great new job is coming as well, if one hasn't already. So overall, it should be probably a better week than you might think, with a few challenges being presented. But change is coming, and positive change very much coming for you, Libra.